think at this point we had hoped that Congressman Grijalva would be present, but his schedule apparently took a bad turn and he's not able to, but he has sent along someone who will read a statement of his on his behalf. Go ahead.
Thanks for having me be here. The Congressman's in D.C., but wishes he could have been here, so he sent me and a statement. So I'm going to try to read this with as much enthusiasm as he wrote it. So if you'll just imagine me with a mustache, I'll read his words. It is unfortunate that it takes a tragedy to energize the debate around gun regulations, but this debate needs to happen. After the tragic shooting in Tucson, Congress had the opportunity to pass real reforms and protect Americans against irrational mass shootings. The same is the case after the shooting in the movie theater in Colorado, a temple in Wisconsin, and on a college campus in Virginia. Yet Congress did nothing. Now, after the horrific shooting in Connecticut that left 20 children, 6 teachers, and a mother dead, we can no longer allow more time to pass without serious debate and action on this issue. We owe it to the safety of our neighbors, family, and children. There is no law or set of laws that will completely end gun violence, but that cannot be an excuse to do nothing. There are reasonable, common-sense solutions to reduce violence while respecting the Second Amendment. Congress must seek reasonable gun control legislation that regulates the types of available firearms and establishes a stronger, more comprehensive system for background checks. I support legislation that will reinstate the federal ban on assault weapons and assault magazines. These weapons are designed to fire a large number of rounds in a short period of time. When the shooter in Tucson drew his weapon on January 8, 2011, he caused 33 wounds in fewer than 16 seconds. It was only when he tried to reload a second extended magazine that he could be tackled and subdued. Many more victims would have been spared had the shooter not been allowed to use such a lethal ammunition magazine. We do not have to use these military-style guns with high-capacity magazines on our streets. We must require a background check for every gun sale, so felons, domestic abusers, and those prohibited from owning a gun because of mental illness do not have easy access to obtaining a firearm. To do so effectively, we must give law enforcement the resources and support they need to investigate and prosecute straw purchasers and unscrupulous dealers who put guns in the hands of criminals. Finally, as a nation, we need to reevaluate how we address and support mental illness. The mass shootings we have witnessed over the last few years have proven time and again that we are not doing enough to prevent violence before it begins. I support legislation that will allow the Center for Disease Control and the National Institute of Health to research the causes of gun violence. This research will support law enforcement officers' efforts to reduce gun violence in their neighborhoods. To improve public safety, Congress must support local communities by improving prevention, early intervention, and the treatment of mental illness. Access to mental health services should be improved in our communities and school systems. The shortage of mental health professionals should be addressed, and funding should be made available for those programs that have proven to be effective. It is essential that we work toward eliminating the stigma so that those suffering from mental illness feel comfortable seeking the care that they need. The need to take action cannot be overstated. In the 7 weeks after the mass shootings at Sandy Hook Elementary, more than 1,480 Americans have been killed by gunfire. Our families deserve to be free from the threat of gun violence. We can secure this freedom without encroaching on our constitutional rights, and I am working in Congress to do so immediately.